Good morning and a happy Tuesday. We are almost there. The cooler air is just north and we finally have some changes headed our direction. So as Brandon mentioned, you've got to get through the Tuesday morning muggies on the South Shore. On the North Shore, it feels a lot better because we've got a stalled boundary that's just sort of sitting over the lake and keeping our dew points a lot lower on the North Shore than south of Lake Pontchartrain. Want to point out the water vapor imagery because it shows you this reinforcing trough, which is up towards the Great Lakes and going to continue to push further south as we head into today. So that is going to dig the stalled boundary further south and then bring our real deal cold front our way as we head into tonight and tomorrow. So look at this big temperature drop off after we reach the upper 80s. We should be right around 81 for now. We're going to be below average heading into Wednesday through your weekend, and then those 80s return on Monday, right where we should be for this time of year. So temperatures at the moment in the Great Lakes in Canada are somewhere between those 30s and 40s. That's the cooler air that we're going to feel surge further south as we head into tonight. Now, a lot of people wondering, when is this finally arriving? Well, you'll note right around 10 o'clock, those winds start to pick up significantly, and then we head into the overnight period and early tomorrow with those impacts quite evident when you step out the door. So somewhere between the teens and the 20s for your wind speeds, sustained winds gusting even higher. And that direction out of the north means it's going to be crisp, cool air coming right off the poles. So you will definitely need the outer layer tomorrow. Jackets undoubtedly for the next few mornings, plus sweater weather, of course. That's also going to lead to some relatively choppy water, not only on the coast, but also in our lakes. So we do have a small craft advisory from late tonight into the early morning hours on Thursday, basically showcasing tomorrow as our breeziest forecast. Here's your Friday morning, still seeing some of those 40s at that point. So we're definitely going to wake up coolest on Thursday morning, and then we'll have those Friday morning lows in the 40s on the North Shore, 50s across most South Shore locations. Getting into Saturday, you start to see the 50s across the North Shore, 60s on the South Shore, and here's Sunday morning, pretty much the same, 50s, 60s. So it is going to gradually get a little warmer as we head into the weekend. But of course, at this point, it is October 15th, and traditionally on the calendar, we start to see less of a concern for local hurricane threats heading into the last 6 weeks of hurricane season. So we've got the rest of October and then all of November to get through before we are done with the season as a whole. Just 2 more areas to watch. Of course, we've been talking about this one here a little bit closer to Puerto Rico. It's going to continue to move further west, and that is a slightly more favorable environment for potential development, but we've got a lot of dry air over the Gulf, so some good news there. Here's a new spot we're watching a little bit closer to Nicaragua's coastline. Very minimal development chances, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. But again, here is that overall moisture in the atmosphere available to help as an ingredient in potential development. You'll see there's a lot more over towards Cuba and then down towards Nicaragua than here in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're always rooting for that dry air and for our cold fronts. Here's your 7-day forecast. Again, we are looking to your Thursday for that big Saints game. The weather at least will be beautiful. Still waking up in the 40s as we head towards your Thursday and Friday. 50s rebounding on both sides of the lake with additional 60s on the South Shore. By this weekend, we warm back to average on Monday.